Well, good morning. Nice to be here again. Um, no work today. I have to go out in a bit. So unfortunately, I have to make a trip in a bit. So no work today, but I'll give you a quick update on where we're at with our 3 boxes of French artillery. Oh, partly, I had it pointed out to me that I made a mistake with our Dutch infantry. I got the wrong flag on it, apparently. After 1812, so who was it that pointed out? Brush and Quill said after 1812 they were issued tricolour flags. So thank you for pointing that out. It's always nice when people point stuff out that you get wrong, because then hopefully you don't make the same mistake twice and you learn by your mistakes. So thank you for pointing that out. I am actually going to leave the flag because it took me about an hour and a half to do it. And on top of that, if I took it off now, it would wreck all the paint on the pole and everything. So for now, I'm going to leave it. But thank you for pointing that out. So it should apparently be tricolour flag or something. Had I read my book properly, my flag book, probably would have been wise to that. But anyway, thank you for pointing that out. I also made a mistake with our, because I said in the previous video, I said they only give you, I like 6 gunners to each artillery piece, a crew of 6. They only give you 5 gunners per artillery piece. In actual fact, they only give you 5 gunners to 1 artillery piece. The other artillery piece is meant to be pulled behind the limber. So this left me scratching my head a bit as to what I was going to do, because I didn't want 3 limbers pulling 3 cannons. I'll do one limber pulling the artillery piece. The other 2 artillery pieces I want firing, so that means I've no crew for them. So I scratched my head a bit, and then I thought, well, we'll just use Airfix artillery crew, which I actually like very much. The Airfix artillery crew, they're old figures now. I mean, we're going back, what, very early 1970s, maybe even a little bit before that. So they're very old figures, but they look nice when they're done. Sorry if that's not really, oh, there you go. Yeah, they look nice when they're done. Let's see if I can, oh, there you go. Try to shade it from the sun. The sun's coming in my window. So I do like these figures very much. Oop. You know, for old figures, they paint up very well. The only thing with this figure is, when you get it straight out of the box, down in there, where the pole runs across the front of the figure, it's all blocked in with plastic. It's all gummed up with plastic. So I just cut the whole pole off, cut it all off, then you can get at that plastic and cut all that out. Drill out the hands, use a long map pin, cut the length, and refit some ends, and it's much better. It's much better. So that's generally what I do. So we'll do 2 crews of Airfix. That still leaves me with, see, there's one that I've done that. You can see that, yeah, you roughly see that. So that still leaves me with the other 3 cannons with just 5 crew figures and 1 crew figure short. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I have to give it some thought, I guess. I've got nothing here. I've searched the stash pile. I've got nothing here that I can convert to an extra gunner. I think of something, I'm sure. So all the horses are now primed, prepped, and ready to go. And any horses that need drilling out have been drilled out on the saddle. Because as you know, I like to fit my riders onto these so I can paint them separately and then just snip the wire off and leave a stub sticking out the rider and drop it into the hole on the horse. So that's what I like to do. So that's what I've done. The riders were a very tight fit, actually. If you're going to paint your horse and rider separately, you've got to make sure the rider is a slack fit. If it's a tight fit, when you go to put it on, you'll ruin your paint job. You'll put scrapes down the side of the horse, pushing the rider on. So you've got to make sure the rider is a slack fit. These were very tight, actually, I have to say. So what I did was drop them in boiling water, pull the legs out until they were a slack fit, then drop them in cold water. And now they're a nice fit now. And again, they've all been drilled out. And that's all the figures now done, including the Airfix gunners. That's all the figures cleaned to flash now, so that's all done. And the seats for the limber, they're drilled out to take a pin. Because what I've done is, where's the riders for the limber? Come on, where'd it go? The riders for the limber are 2 riders joined together. But what I've done with one of these is I've separated the riders, and I'm going to have one facing forward and one facing backwards, just to vary it round so you don't get, 3 limbers the same. Try and vary it round. So here's the 2 that I separated, and where I separated them I just put a little bit of green stuff just to pat it out again, so you won't see that when they're painted. So one will be that way and one will be that way, sort of like that, just to vary that limber up a bit. So that's where we're at. No, like I say, Anna, no painting today. I'll show you our Dutch infantry when they're flocked with their grass tufts on. I've painted the bases, but what I've done is I've ordered new grass, new flock and new grass tufts, because I come to the conclusion my basing is not good enough. So I've ordered new grass and new tufts, so I'm going to try that out on the Dutch when it gets here. So when I've done that, I'll do it and I'll show you. I'll put them on the turntable and I'll show you. So that's that. I Postman been earlier and bought me some Model Air German grey. So that's nice. That's good in the box with all the others. I am considering, before I go, as if I haven't got enough figures here, I'm considering buying a Roman army. I've been looking at the figures online because I've got a copy of Hail Caesar here. And I was thumbing through that the other evening and looking at it and thought, Wouldn't mind something for that. So I've been looking at figures online. I come to the conclusion 28mm figures are very expensive, overpriced. You know, they work out like pound and a bit each, depending on who you buy them off. Which is if you want to build up a pretty large force, you know, like £25 odd for a bag of like 25 figures. Whereas 8, 9, 10 quid, you know, 1/72 scale, I can get like 40 or 50 figures. So I'm probably looking at good old 1/72 again. I'm thinking probably Imperial Rome rather than Republican. There seems to be a bit more choice of figures for Imperial Rome than Republican. So I think that's possibly what I'll do. I'll get some Imperial Roman figures. Zvezda do some nice ones, so it's something I'm thinking of. But anyway, we're over 10 minutes now, so I'm going to disappear. Let you all carry on with whatever you do. Quickly. Here's something, going back to these. This is why I have said to you in previous videos, you can't always rely on painting guides on boxes, right? Both the same illustration. That figure is listed as, guy there, flat dark blue, and that guy there is listed as flat light blue. Now, same box, same company. This guy is now listed as flat medium blue, and this guy is listed as flat azure blue. So which box do you believe? Looking at it, or looking at that guy anyway, I would say probably light blue, which is what I've ordered. I've actually ordered light blue. The only blue I had near that here was sky blue, and I thought that's too light. So I've got light blue somewhere in the mail on its way. Medium blue I had here, so for that. So yeah, you can't always go by box art. But anyway, just a little something. So thanks for everybody for subscribing, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, and etc, etc. Hope you're all doing well and avoiding the plague that's going around. So we'll see you on the next one.